It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. It means I'm out of breath because Shin has to do something right before the show.
Gotta love it.
Yeah. Okay. Greg Cherry Show is here. Greg Cherry, Matty Laws, and our special. Yeah, I can't even talk now. It's LJ. Hi, Ella.
What's up? How are you guys?
Not too bad. Exhausted. Can't speak, apparently.
It's WrestleMania season.
It
It's
is.
Mania week, baby.
It's the craziest week of the year.
Oh, can you turn your mic up? I can't really hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Not really.
I can hear her clearly.
I can't. Why am I deaf?
Oh, no.
I'm definitely connected to my good microphone.
Let me see.
I can hear you clearly.
I just have to turn my volume up, that's all.
Yeah, that made
there we go.
Oh, there we go. Okay. So, hi, everybody. We're going to talk about WrestleMania.
This is a fantastic way to start the Greg Cherry Show.
If it's not chaotic, is it
It
really
just
the
be like
show?
that sometimes, especially during Mania week. So I get it, Greg. I really do.
Yeah. And let's face it, the really big news of this week has nothing to do with wrestling. It's that
I
Shane and
know.
Courtney from Smosh are married.
Oh, I know.
I still don't know if it's real or not.
It is
So,
real. Shane confirmed it.
I was one who was very skeptical because I'm like, it is so them to do an elaborate prank. But once I saw that, Damien confirmed, and then it's on People, like that would be the most elaborate thing ever if they got People in on it to write a whole ass article about it.
Yeah.
So at this point, I'm gonna believe it. But I'm still in the back of my mind, I'm like, it could be some elaborate thing.
It could be a ruse.
But I'm gonna believe People.
Yeah.
It's very fun. Very happy for both of them.
Oh, me too.
The funny thing is, Shane is a big wrestling fan, so like
Yeah.
he might have the like working mentality just
Yeah.
to mess with everybody.
It doesn't
Yeah.
work for me,
And I mean, they have that comedic nature in them. That's I'm
absolutely.
so happy. Been watching. Those two have been in Smosh since 2015. So I've been watching them on my screen for 9 years. Don't talk about it a lot on a. It's great though because I also discovered, like Kylie had tweeted out, that there are so many secret Smosh fans out there that I didn't even know I have mutuals with. So it's great.
No, we don't know any of our other mutual interests aside from wrestling and sometimes sports.
Yeah, that's what we need to do. We need to get like a group of wrestling friends to talk about anything that's not wrestling.
Yeah. Well, for me, Wednesday nights, people know, is my Survivor night. So for me, at least there's that. I've been trying to get better, but it is so hard to break out of the wrestling bubble. So I get that.
It really is. I mean, that's why like I'm well known for the wrestling trivia, all that. And that. Like, man, when like fall comes around, I just want to talk about football. I don't give a shit about wrestling. Which is funny because we're talking about WrestleMania today, and we should probably do that because we only got
no football other than the UFL, and I'm firmly with my Battlehawks. Cacao!
I don't follow the UFL, so that's something there. Let's pull up the WrestleMania card because, but I just want to throw this out there too. I'm sick of the Battle Royal not being on the actual WrestleMania
Put
day.
the Dre on the show.
Yeah. Or hell, make it a pre-show thing, like kickoff.
Exactly.
That's even okay,
We don't need 2 hours of video packages for a 4-hour show each night. We don't.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think everybody wants to hear Booker T and JBL talk for that long.
No, we don't. It's like if we wanted to listen to them for that long, they'd be at the commentary booth, but they're not. So like we don't need to listen to them talk for 2 hours.
I haven't really watched the kickoff shows, because normally they haven't been doing kickoff matches for the longest time now. So I just tune out of the kickoff show except for like maybe the last 10 minutes.
Okay. Apparently, I don't know if these are the official night 1 and night 2 cards. So I'm guessing.
I got them through CBS Sports on Tuesday.
Okay. I'm on the Wikipedia, so this may be completely wrong, but we're just going to go with the matches. The only real matches that we know are going to happen on night 1 and night 2 are the main events. At least as far as I know.
I also have a question from Maddie. You're wearing a Cowboys hat when we're Mania's in Philly.
It's my Philly green cowboy hat.
Okay, the lighting doesn't do it justice.
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, if Jeff was here, he would have no problem with it. But, you know.
Trust me, I will always do anything but big up the Cowboys.
Fair.
Or the Chiefs.
Well, yeah. You kind of have to deal with that now. So first of all, let's talk about Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch for the Women's World Championship. Night 1 match, it's looking like.
That's a badass shirt.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to make the prediction here. I'm going to say that Rhea retains. I don't know what it is, but I don't know right now if we need another run for Becky Lynch. I feel like Rhea's going to keep it. Ella, what do you think?
And I agree. I will say though, this is the match that I'm the most uncertain about because it could swing either way. Honestly, most of the matches I feel pretty confident in my picks. This one I'm the most uncertain about because it could go either way, simply because it's Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley. But I do also have Rhea retaining. I think depending on whether there's like another draft or maybe it's at Mania next year, I think Bianca Belair is going to be the one to take the title off of Rhea. So for that reason, I have Rhea retaining here, but there is absolutely a case for Becky to win it here as well. But I will go with Rhea.
All right, Maddie.
We're starting off with a clean sweep because I also think it's going to be Rhea. Rhea's not going to drop the belt for a while, but as Ella said, the thing that makes this uncertain for me is Rhea's been doing the house show circuit with a cast on. So, there's a clear injury there, but she's powering through it.
Yeah, she just said it's been simple wear and tear, and it's kind of a recurring thing she has. But she says that the pain that she's been pushing through it. So as long as it hasn't worsened, she should be okay to go.
All right. The next match that we have is going to be Gunther versus Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship. And I've been pretty vocal about this one. Actually, I'll go last. I'll let Ella go first on this one.
I have Gunther retaining here. I do not see Gunther at this point losing the IC title before Bash in Berlin. That would be crazy for them to do that. And considering the World Heavyweight Championship scene, in my eyes, is going to get so complicated with Punk, with Drew, with Seth, with the potential Damian Priest cash-in. I don't think Gunther is going to be stepping into this World Heavyweight Championship scene until at the very earliest the second half of this year. And considering Bash in Berlin is in Europe, I think he's going to walk into that to kind of his home continent ovation. So I have Gunther retaining, but I will not be mad if Sami Zayn wins. But I do have Gunther retaining.
Maddie.
I also have Gunther retaining, but I did have somebody talk me into another idea, which would be you have Sami Zayn win because Gunther going into Bash at Berlin will go on to face someone like Drew, who would be holding the World Heavyweight Championship. So you can have him challenge for the world title at Bash at Berlin. It's kind of hot-shotting it, but
depends when Punk comes back is the whole thing.
I feel like Punk coming back, if they do Drew and Punk, I feel like that's a SummerSlam match. Just because of the feud that they have. And we'll get
you can have Punk cost Drew as well.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate that booking, though, because
it is very lazy.
We'll get to it when we get to the World Heavyweight title. But I'm also saying Gunther retains. And people are like, oh, Sami needs to have his WrestleMania moment. He had a WrestleMania moment last year in the main event.
He did.
In probably one of, if not the best tag team match in WrestleMania history.
Yeah, this is gonna be a really good match. Sami Zayn is gonna get the living life chopped out of him. He's gonna be red all over. It's gonna be that underdog. Can he? Will he? I don't think he will, but I feel like this is gonna be a really underrated match. But I think it's going to be solid simply because it's Sami and Gunther. But I do have, again, I could see a case for Sami winning, but I don't think right now. I have Gunther retaining. So
I just don't like Sami winning because he's already been Intercontinental Champion.
that's fair.
So I feel like him ending Gunther's reign would very much give off, like, did he really need it vibes, kind of like WrestleMania 30 with Taker. I don't know.
I won't be mad at it. Like, I love Sami Zayn. I won't be mad at it. But
I won't be mad.
Like you said, yeah.
I feel like there's going to be some shenanigans. Maybe a Gable heel turn.
I still need Gable to get the IC title off Gunther.
Yeah. Next up, this is the match I think is going to open night one. It is the 6-pack ladder match for the Undisputed Tag Team Championship. You have the current champions, the Judgment Day, Balor and Priest, DIY, Awesome Truth, New Day. Apparently their team name is called A-Town Down Under.
A-Town Down Under.
Awesome Theory. And the New Catch Republic with Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate.
I refuse to call them that.
Yeah. Matty, we'll go with you first.
So going with me first is the weirdest one because I have them splitting the belts in this match. I have two people.
That's not weird at all because this is going in the direction of my prediction. Go on.
Yeah, I've got two people coming down with the straps, and the two teams that I have coming down with it are Damian Priest of Judgment Day, and I've got Truth of Awesome Truth coming down.
You think they're going to retain one of the sets?
Huh?
You think that Judgment Day is going to retain one of the sets?
Yes, I do.
Interesting. Okay, well, this has got to be the first time that we diverge because I'm with you on Awesome Truth, but I feel like it's gonna be. I feel like they're gonna go Dunn and Bate because, and I say this because I don't know if any of you know who Joey Swole is, but he's posted a video recently getting in Theory of Lawler's face. So I feel like he's probably going to be involved in some capacity because he mentioned going to WrestleMania. So I don't feel like Theory of Lawler are going to win a championship in this match. So I'm going to go with Dunn and Bate and Awesome Truth. Ella.
Can agree with half of the consensus is Awesome Truth. This match will not end until both sets of titles are claimed. I do have R-Truth pulling down the Raw Tag Team Championships and him not realizing that you can grab both. So that being Raw, for me, that leaves a SmackDown. You would ideally probably have a SmackDown team grab them. R-Truth and Miz are faces. You would maybe want a heel team to grab the SmackDown. And by then, you're only down to 2 teams. I have A-Town Down Under going in. Miz is going to be like, yo, where's the other one? For me, in my mind. Meanwhile, Waller or Theory is going to grab the SmackDown tag team titles. I think we're going to have a face and a heel team, Raw and SmackDown, grab them. It could very well be New Catch Republic. I don't see Judgment Day retaining here because I have a thing that we'll get to later on. It could very well be New Catch Republic, but I do absolutely agree. Like, I don't think that R-Truth and Miz are going to hold them long, but let them have that WrestleMania moment. Let R-Truth finally get that Mania moment. Exactly. So at least we're all in agreement on Awesome Truth.
I would not be mad, though, if New Day got the SmackDown tag team titles because Woods has never won at WrestleMania. Obviously, Kofi has because, Kofi Mania. But Woods doesn't have a WrestleMania win either, so I would not be mad if New Day won.
I won't be mad at that either. This match is going to be so chaotic, and I'm so here for it.
Now, speaking of chaotic, the rumors that A-Town Down Under aren't set in stone. Do you guys really think the rumors of Motor City Machine Guns to WWE for a spot are going to happen? I don't think it's going to happen. But
I think there's a better chance of the Hardy Boys showing up than Motor City Machine Guns, honestly.
Which that would be very interesting if the Hardys did come back.
It would. I see MCMG going to AEW. I don't see them doing it. I mean, unless it's for like a one night thing only, but I don't think WWE would have an act who's never been in WWE do a one night thing just for them to go to AEW like a month later.
Well, I'll say this: if there is a mystery team, they're pulling down one of the sets of belts.
Yeah.
Yes, or both sets of belts. Who knows?
Not both. They got to split this.
I think I find it great that all three of us are in agreement that they're going to split the tag titles.
I think because they made that the match is not over until both sets are pulled. I feel like they have to. This is literally the perfect way to do it. Without making it complicated. But it would actually kind of is complicated because then who does Judgment Day in my mind? Then what do they get the rematch for? What titles?
Let's be honest. The unification of both the tag titles and the world title screwed up.
I know.
If they were all going to be consolidated onto like one network or something, it would have made a little bit more sense. But that didn't happen.
That didn't happen. Next up, the Battle of the Brothers: Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso. I feel like Jimmy Uso needs this win more than Jey does. Because I feel like this is not a one-off. I feel like they're going to have a decently lengthy feud ending in some kind of stipulation match. So I feel like Jimmy gets the win here. Ella, what do you think?
I have Jey. Kind of like a Drew McIntyre. Whenever it counts the most title matches, Jey Uso loses. IC title he lost, World Heavyweight title he lost. Obviously he lost against Roman Reigns because of his own brother. Every time Jey has a title match, Jimmy Uso comes and stops him. I think but they're also brothers. I can, for some reason, after everything that they went through, see them coming back together at the end of this. And that's not necessarily what I want, but I can see it happening simply because they are blood. But I think Jey should win because all of his big matches, he loses when it counts the most. He needs to win when it counts the most. And when does it count the most? In the grand stage of WrestleMania. However, with the added factor of a likely Solo Sikoa waiting in the wings, there is absolutely an avenue where Jimmy Uso could win. But for me, there's no way Jimmy Uso beats Jey Uso clean. No. I have Jey Uso winning. I think Jey needs it more personally. But I can see a case for Jimmy winning only if Solo helps him win, though.
Right. Matty.
This is my most ridiculous booking of the entire 2 nights. Ref bump. Solo comes in. Solo is pissed off that he has to deal with both of his brothers' bullshit at this point in time. He hits both of them with the spike. He starts with Jey, so Jimmy gets all excited. He hits Jimmy with the spike. Solo walks away. Jimmy barely gets his arm over, so when the ref comes to, Jimmy's arm is over Jey. 1, 2, 3. Jimmy wins, but nobody really wins.
Not the match I thought would be severely overbooked, but again, we'll get there.
Oh no, we're gonna get a lot of overbooked. We're gonna get a lot of overbooked stuff this entire weekend.
Any bloodline match is going to have overbooked stuff.
Oh yeah, that's the exact reason.
But for me, I don't think this one is going to be as crazy as the night 2 main events.
No, it's not going to be bad.
Which should be overbooked, in my opinion.
Which won't be as overbooked.
Yeah.
It's just the ending that's going to be overbooked.
Oh yeah, it's going to be complete chaos, and hopefully in the best way possible. Next up, we have a 6-woman tag team match. Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and Naomi take on Damage Control, Dakota Kai, Asuka, and Kairi Sane. I don't think there's any doubt in anybody's mind, at least not mine, who's going to win. Ella?
Yeah, this is the most clear-cut match on the card. They're not going to have Bianca Belair lose her WrestleMania winning streak in a tag team match. They are not going to look, unless God forbid something happens by accident, they're not going to have Jade Cargill lose in her only second match, unless for some reason they book her last minute on SmackDown. But they're not going to have her lose in her first WrestleMania match going, and they're going to want to make her look strong. Dakota Kai is the perfect person to be able to bump the heck for Jade Cargill. I have them winning, Jade, Naomi, and Bianca. The only thing that sucks, it's another WrestleMania L for Asuka. It's the only thing. And the women's tag team titles aren't being defended, but that could happen in the future. When Jade, Bianca, and Naomi defeat them, they could maybe get a shot at the tag titles. But yeah, this is the most clear-cut match for me.
Matty.
I love that she pointed out Asuka's losing streak at WrestleMania. And yes, this is going to continue because Bianca, Jade, and Naomi are going to win. It's going to be a very fun match.
Yeah.
I'm happy all 6 of these women get a WrestleMania match and they're going to shine. It's not going to be a long match, but it's going to be a damn fun one.
Yeah. The Asuka Taker streak is going to continue. It's baffling to me. She's been in 5 WrestleManias? 34, 35, 36, 37, 39. And she came back the night after 38, I think. So she's been in 5 WrestleMania matches and has not won a single one of them. After the way she was booked in NXT, that's incredibly hard. It's going to be 0 for 6. Because I think Bianca, Jade, and Naomi win, and I'm going to say it's Jade pinning Dakota.
Yeah,
so
that would be the most likely.
I'm seeing in the chat that people are like, I think Jade's going to turn on their team.
I think it's too soon to do that, personally.
If they are going to get her into a feud with like Bianca or Naomi, don't have her turn on them, but have her try to like one-up them at every avenue that she's in there. So, like, try to outshine them during their match.
Yeah, I it's way too early to do a heel turn, especially with a fresh character on WWE TV. Like, obviously, she was a heel for her entire time in AEW, but different place, fresh slate. So, I don't think it's needed. Next up, I'm predicting this match is probably going to be right after the ladder match. It's going to be the LWO, Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar and Dominic Mysterio. Matty, your thoughts on this one?
I actually thought I heard something about this being on the pre-show, but I could be wrong. But this is going to be a very fun lucha match. You've got 2 of the most prominent luchadors of the modern era with Santos and Dragon Lee. You've got Rey Mysterio, one of the greatest luchadors of all time, and then we've got Dom. It's going to be a hell of a fun match, and I think this might be one of Dom's best matches that he has, just because of who he's going to be in the ring with. I see, I think I said Santos and Dom winning.
Yeah, I'm going to second that. I think since Dominic lost last year to Rey, I think he's going to get his win back. Good old WWE 50-50 booking. Yeah, I think Santos and Dom are going to win this one. There's no stipulation or anything, so that's what
I agree with both of you, like Greg said. And also, I think Ray's going to want to put over his son, on the grand stage because he already got the win last year. And I think, in not to say I know Dragon Lee is still a newer character to WWE, but I think they're going to want to hit 2 birds with 1 stone and get over some of their rising superstars in Dominic Mysterio and Santos Escobar, especially since Santos has turned and now formed his own faction. And there was also that little teaser last week of it looked like Carlito thought Rey was going to say him, and he didn't. So there's also that possibility that Carlito could play a factor into Santos and Dominic winning. But I think regardless, I think this would be better served with the Dominic and Santos win, and that's how I see it going as well.
I do like that you pointed that out with Carlito. I mean, his finisher is the backstabber after all, so.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then the main event of night 1, The Rock and Roman Reigns take on Cody Rhodes and Seth freaking Rollins. Seth Rollins gets his main event.
Before we get to this match, can I point out that Rhea and Becky should at least be main eventing this night, and that this tag match should at least open the show.
Well, it's confirmed that this match is main eventing night 1.
I know it's main eventing. I just don't think that Roman and Cody should be main eventing both nights.
Becky wants to open night 1, so I'm kind of here for Rhea Becky opening night 1. Yeah. I think it will.
I was kind of hoping Io and Bayley would main event night 1.
Oh, me too.
I don't know why they feel the need to push the Royal Rumble winners to the side, or at least one or the other.
Yeah.
Like the women's Royal Rumble winner has been kind of gypped since like 37. But who am I? I feel like the Bloodline is going to win one of the nights. And Cody's going to win one of the nights. I feel like I don't know who's going to get the pin. I feel like I know who's going to take the pin. I think Cody takes the pin.
Oh.
And there's a part of me that wants Roman to be the one to pin him. Just so Cody has those seeds of doubt as he goes into the Bloodline rules match. I feel like The Rock would probably get the pin, but I want it to be Roman. I feel like The Rock and Roman win. That's basically what I got.
I can agree with that. You don't introduce the possibility of Bloodline rules on night 2 and not have Bloodline rules on night 2. Yeah. Because regardless, even if there wasn't Bloodline rules, there was going to be shenanigans anyway. So why not just make it the most overbooked on night 2, which we'll talk about. But I do also have Rock and Roman winning here. I don't know who gets the pin, but I have Seth Rollins getting. I think this. It's going to be bangers for Seth Rollins, but for me, I have Seth taking L's across the board this weekend, which we'll talk about later. This is not going to be Seth Rollins' weekend in my mind. I don't know whether it's Rock or Roman getting the pin on him, but I have Rock and Roman winning as well, and then we get Bloodline rules on night 2 for Roman and Cody.
Matty, do you agree?
That is another clean sweep because, as Ella said, Seth getting that ass beat. No. I think it's going to be The Rock pinning Seth in this match, but Roman might take Cody out on the outside.
I feel like Seth being pinned in this match kind of takes away from it because Seth is kind of, even as the World Heavyweight Champion, he's kind of a bit player here.
Mm-hmm.
He's been so distracted, though. Like Drew has pointed out, he's been so distracted from Drew and gotten so wrapped up in the Bloodline stuff. I think he's going to be distracted.
I feel like that's why Seth shouldn't take the pin, because he's thinking Drew is an afterthought. So he's putting everything in this. And I feel like Cody should take the pin. Seth is boiled down. He's like, okay, well, I can refocus. But Drew's already ready for him. And we might as well talk about that one next, Seth and Drew. I am having a very hard time convincing myself that Priest is going to cash in on the World Heavyweight Championship.
I don't. I absolutely believe that's happening.
I'm all in on it.
I am absolutely believing that's happening.
Here's my problem, though. That if he cashes in on the World Heavyweight title, to me, that means Seth beats him.
I'll hear your case.
I don't like a heel cashing in on a heel. I know it's happened before, but to me, Drew has to win this to get his WrestleMania moment. Because yes, he won the WWE title, but nobody was there for it. And he has done so well since his heel turn. One of the best characters on WWE TV right now. So to see Seth have a match the night before and then come back and beat Drew just does not sit well with me. That's why I don't want Punk anywhere near this match. But I feel like
he absolutely is.
I'm so conflicted because, like, if Punk cost Drew, then yeah, Priest is absolutely going to cash in. This match frustrates me so much. I don't know if there's a way to make me happy with this match.
I go ahead, Maddie. I have a case.
You go ahead, Ella.
Okay. So I have Drew absolutely defeating Seth Rollins. You know, Drew kind of like a Jey Uso again when it matters the most in all of the IC title, World Heavyweight against Roman. He's lost. That's his whole shtick. He's been screwed over. He's lost when it counts the most. He finally gets that moment where he finally gets a win when it matters most, and it's on the grandest stage of them all. But CM Punk is there. Also, Damian Priest has had issues with Drew McIntyre and butting heads before and after War Games, so Damian Priest is also not a fan of Drew McIntyre. CM Punk is also not a fan of Drew McIntyre nor Seth Rollins. So for me, CM Punk has absolute motive to help Damian Priest cash in successfully on Drew McIntyre. And I feel like it's just the pinnacle of Drew's story. He finally gets that moment of he thinks he's gotten victory and he breaks this curse that's been happening to him, but actually, psych. And plus his contract's coming up. We don't know what's happening with that. I think he's going to get that moment. He thinks he's going to get it, and then actually psych. And then they're going to lean into, again, the kind of the conspiracy going around Drew McIntyre. And honestly, I've been loving delusional, savage, wildcard Drew McIntyre. Part of me wants him to have that moment, but then get it ripped away from him again. Do I think Damian's reign is going to last long? No, maybe 24 hours, 8 days at most. But I think with CM Punk going to be at Mania, this is the perfect way to take care of your Money in the Bank problem and also, tease that Punk Drew thing going on. And then if Drew re-signs in April, title just goes back right to him 8 days, 2 weeks later. I don't know. I think it's depending on his contract situation. But for me, it's kind of 3 birds with 1 stone.
Abby?
I have Drew winning in dominant fashion in like a 5-minute match.
Wow.
Very, very short. Seth gets like 1 outburst of offense, and then Drew absolutely snuffs it out because, again, Seth has not paid attention to Drew at all. Do I see CM Punk coming in and screwing over McIntyre for Damian Priest to cash in? Very potential. But I don't know if that happens. I think Priest is going to hold on to that briefcase until like the absolute last moment.
And then the new Money in the Bank winner cashes in on him. He's just one. I don't know.
That would be absolutely hilarious.
I've seen people say that. I feel like the only 2 scenarios are that the Mania or the last minute one where he gets screwed over by the new men's Money in the Bank winner, which would just be hilarious.
That would be
time's running out.
Breaker.
Yeah, time's running out.
So we do have a super chat from Josh who says, "Sorry, I'm late. Had choir practice. Cody, you better win or you will never hear the end of it from Daisy." Daisy tweeted about that earlier. All love to Daddy Matty. Ella is the queen. Really looking forward to Mania, especially if Declan McMahon's tweet is an Easter egg.
I saw that.
Who?
You never know. Shane McMahon's son.
Shane McMahon's son who plays
football player?
Yeah,
he plays college ball for Indiana.
Okay.
But yeah, I would be very happy if a Shane McMahon appearance happened and he redeemed himself from last year. So no leapfrog, Shane, if you're back. Next match. Let's talk about the WWE Women's Championship, Io Sky versus Bayley. This is a match I thought was going to be a slam dunk. But I just have seeds of doubt with this one. Ella, what do you think about the women's championship match?
Well, I enjoy both performers. I'm actually more of a fan with Io, but I think it is rightful for Bayley to win because, since the inception of Damage Control, Bayley's been kind of in the background a little bit. She's been the supporting character, helping Dakota and Io get the women's tag team titles, and then helping Io cash in Money in the Bank on Bianca Belair, which was the start of her reign. She kind of laid the groundwork for them a little bit, and got them some title reigns. I think now is the time. And also, this is Bayley's first singles match at WrestleMania. And it'll also, for me, in my mind, be the first time she wins a championship at Mania. She's retained before, obviously, but I think it's time to get Bayley her flowers. And so for me, this is the perfect opportunity to do so. That was 2020, whatever 2017 Mania was. I think it was a 4-way with Charlotte, Sasha, and Nia. Bayley came in and walked out, but she's never won a championship at Mania, never had a singles match at Mania. So for me, this is the match after all the story, and also to give Bayley her flowers. But I will absolutely not be mad if Io retains here because I love Io as well. But I think story-wise, it makes more sense for Bayley for me.
Matty.
First off, Paramore for Mania.
Yeah.
I want that so badly. Bayley gets the win here, and there is no better opponent for her than Io Sky. This is going to be a phenomenal match. If they give it enough time, both of these women are going to make magic. And Bayley's WrestleMania moment is going to be awesome.
I feel like it's the culmination of everything she did since her heel turn. And that's why I'm leaning towards Bayley as well. Because WrestleMania 37, after her and Sasha basically carried the Thunderdome era, Sasha obviously had, in my opinion, the greatest women's WrestleMania match of all time against Bianca Belair. But Bayley just got put as a goofy character who got attacked by the Bellas. It's like
she got kicked down the stage by the Bellas.
Yeah, after everything she did during that era, Bayley was just like a complete afterthought at WrestleMania 37, and that was just completely embarrassing, an embarrassing way to use her because she's so good. So I'm glad she got the Royal Rumble longevity record. Hopefully, she gets her moment. Because, she's retained a couple times at WrestleMania, like Ella said. She had the 33 match and also the 5-pack challenge at 36. We will see. Next up, I feel like this match, in my opinion, should be a pretty easy one to book. LA Knight versus AJ Styles. Matty, I'll let you start with this one.
AJ Styles, hater of the year. I say LA Knight wins here, and AJ Styles makes him look like $1 million. But I have doubts that this could be the worst match of night 2.
Can you believe we're saying that about LA Knight and AJ Styles?
Because
go on. I have a whole rant about this.
It's a chemistry thing. I have not seen enough chemistry wise for me to go, that's a WrestleMania match. So
let's lay this out. AJ Styles has had the following WrestleMania matches. He's 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. He had the Boneyard. 37, 38. Was he at last year's? I don't think he was.
I think he was hurt for last year's, was he not?
So he has had 7. This will be his 8th WrestleMania match. And his best WrestleMania match was with Shane McMahon.
Arguably is Shane McMahon.
It's not arguable. His best match is with Shane McMahon.
I love the Boneyard match, so I might fight you.
The Boneyard match is fun, but
in terms of an actual wrestling match, it's Shane McMahon.
It's not even because it's Shane. It's because the Boneyard match is fun. I'll give you that, but it's a pre-recorded match. It's an edited together match, so it takes a little bit away from it.
Yeah, but so was the Firefly Funhouse, and that was a lot of people's favorite match.
That was a lot of fun too, but that, by all accounts, wasn't a match.
Very true.
Ella, you have a rant, and I kind of want to hear it.
I'm interested.
LA Knight should have been fighting for the freaking United States Championship at WrestleMania and winning. I thought, like a lot of people, WrestleMania was going to be the night that LA Knight gets his first main roster title, period. Obviously, Gunther is a force, so it would make sense for it to be the United States Championship, and he's on the SmackDown brand. I thought, like, perfect shoe-in, by him not winning a title or him losing whatever, there's that chance that the people are going to turn on him. You have to tread very carefully with how you're booking him, because the people love him, but if you're booking him weirdly or not in spots that he should be in, like, there's the chance for the people to turn on him. So I honestly, if it were up to me, LA Knight and Randy Orton would be switched. Because Randy Orton fighting in a U.S. title match in 2024 at WrestleMania is insane to me. And I know AJ and Randy have already fought each other. That's fine. At least in this scenario, Randy would be the face, AJ would be the heel, so there's some fresh element to it. But since we are here and it is LA Knight and AJ Styles, which is crazy because I think both are great competitors. But again, the story people haven't been invested in, I think. If you're not going to let LA Knight win a United States Championship, at least give him that win at WrestleMania, because like I said, you cannot afford to have any blip on his wave of momentum and have him lose on the grandest stage of them all. You need to continue that forward, or else you risk the people turning on him or just losing interest in him. So if he should be in the United States Championship match, I would have swapped him in Orton, but that's not the case. So with how it is, LA Knight needs to win, and for me, LA Knight will win.
Yeah.
I want to just add on to what Ella said. My co-host Remy Sosa of the Crew Day podcast says that Randy Orton has a 6 bump card per match. Like 6 flat back bumps per match. And we saw that at Elimination Chamber. He was in there for not too long, took a couple back bumps, and he got outed by Brass Knuckle Spot. So switching him with LA Knight and putting LA Knight in the U.S. title match would have been a much better idea, because AJ Styles can totally work a match where Orton does not have to take near as many back bumps.
And also, Orton's going to be taking his 3rd straight PLE loss since returning, Not that he people are still going to cheer him. Sorry.
It is Orton.
But it's crazy. It's crazy.
Well, let's get to it. The triple threat for the United States Championship. Logan Paul defends against Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. I'll let you start with this one.
Again, Randy Orton is going to be taking his with how it is with Owens, Logan Paul, and Randy Orton. Randy Orton should not, and I am the biggest Randy Orton fan. Randy Orton should not be winning this match. Randy Orton with a U.S. title reign in 2024 would be wild and kind of just unnecessary to me. So I think with how the dynamics are set, for me, it's pretty obvious, just in my mind anyway, that Orton and Owens are there just to kind of elevate Logan Paul a little bit more, get in some bragging rights. Oh, I beat, 2 of the most, critically acclaimed, veterans in WWE right now. And plus, I mean, we're going to have the prime bottle in the center of that ring. That's a little bit more incentive for him to win as well. So much as pains me to say Orton's going to get his 3rd straight PLE loss, with the dynamics here, the right call is for Logan Paul to win.
Why did you have to point out the fact that the prime bottle is in the middle of the ring? It's totally going to be Logan Paul now. My original pick was Kevin Owens.
Really?
Yeah, my original pick was Kevin Owens, just because
I think KO's getting pinned.
I don't see Orton. I see Orton getting pinned. Or no, I don't. If Logan Paul wins, it's Orton getting pinned. If Kevin Owens wins, it's off of Logan Paul.
I got KO getting pinned. I don't think they have Orton get pinned unless KSI comes in and screws things up. I don't think Orton gets pinned. I think he's there so he doesn't get pinned.
It's going to be a schoolboy with tights roll up and Logan Paul.
Oh, the greatest finisher in all of professional wrestling. The surprise roll-up.
The surprise roll-up with tights. That's why I go back on the classic.
So all three of us, I'm assuming, have different answers?
Well, I'm picking Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, I think Logan Paul and LA Knight's going to happen at SummerSlam.
The thing too, like for me, if they would have booked LA Knight, Logan Paul, and Kevin Owens, we saw last year in the lead to Money in the Bank, Logan Paul and LA Knight were amazing in their little back and forth microphone promo segments. Like there was so potential there, which is why I was like, LA Knight beating Logan Paul on the WrestleMania stage, winning his first singles title, that's like feud potential right there. So I think it should be revisited since it's not going to be at WrestleMania. But I think WrestleMania would have been the pristine, and I think this match would have been better served with LA Knight in it, you know. Oh man, but that's just me. I am just baffled at how Randy Orton is in the US title match in 2024. It's just crazy to me. Like what? I think he held the title for 28 days before. Yep. That's it.
And lost it to Jinder Mahal.
Exactly. I don't want to talk about that period of time, but yes.
We can talk about the fact that it wasn't even the first title he lost to Jinder Mahal.
Let's not talk about that time. And I love Randy Orton. This booking just baffles me, but with how it's set, I have Logan Paul retaining.
Well, if you guys have Logan Paul, losing the belt in SummerSlam, it would totally tie into the WWE tradition of having someone lose in their home state.
That's true.
Yep.
I mean, if it's LA Knight is not winning a US title match at Mania, SummerSlam has to be SummerSlam. Honestly.
It has to be.
Nah, Damian Priest is cashing in. They're in the US.
At this point, it's a possibility for real, though.
I mean, Theory kind of blew that open when he cashed in on the US title and lost.
Yeah.
Oh.
As far as I'm concerned, that's the moment when Money in the Bank lost a lot of its importance. It's like if you cash in on a secondary title and still lose, the gimmick's pretty much dead.
When Damian Sandow cashed in on a hurt John Cena, and John Cena still Super Cena'd his way to the win, I was like, great. Depending on who's champion, the Money in the Bank does not matter.
Yeah. All right. We got 2 matches left. The 6-man Philadelphia street fights between Lashley and the Prophets, and the final testament of Karrion Kross and the authors of Pain, Akam and Razor. I feel like I'm looking back at my booking because I'm trying to make my predictions like it's like a freaking date test or something where you go C, A, B, D, just to make sure you have like an even amount of answers. And I'm kind of thinking that the final testament wins this. This one's hard to predict because other than the element of street fight, I'm happy that the Prophets get another WrestleMania match. They shine there. And Lashley too, because Lashley didn't get a damn thing last year other than the Battle Royal.
Well, that's due to unfortunate circumstances.
I know why it happened. I'm going Final Testament. Either one can go.
Because Bobby Lashley didn't have a match last year, again to no fault of his own. I think they're going to kind of rectify that situation. And plus the Street Profits, they haven't been showing it on television, but the Street Profits have been giving great digital exclusive like promo segments online that have been so good. I think that the Pride, as they're called, Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits are going to walk away to rectify last year for Bobby, and also get the Street Profits a moment because I think that people love the Street Profits. I mean, I guess there's a case for the Final Testament because they are so like mystifying and all of that, but I think honestly the right call here would be the Pride. So I have them winning.
And Matty.
So, of all the matches on the 2-night WrestleMania card, this is the one that I had the hardest time predicting Because if you have Bobby and the Profits lose, you basically kill anything that they want to do with them. But if you have them beat Final Testament, you're killing any momentum that they had, and you're kind of starting to build their momentum. I begrudgingly went with Final Testament, but because I love just the appearance, the appeal of the Profits with Bobby Lashley. It just, that entire thing was so good, and they ruined it.
Karrion Kross just hasn't recovered from losing that match to Jeff Hardy. And coming out and like freaking,
I just don't really care at this point with anything. They've been trying. Just for me, it's just not been my cup of tea. Personally, I would also love to see. I think Scarlett and B-Fab are definitely going to be involved somehow. Hell, Paul Ellering could be as well. It is a street fight, so anything pretty much goes. I think they're going to rectify last year's thing with Bobby this year.
Yeah, I was about to say that Karrion Kross's gimmick is Scarlett Bordeaux.
I just wish that AOP would come out with their old theme song. Their old theme song and the presentation with Paul Ellering was fantastic.
I need to go listen to that because I cannot remember it off the top of my head.
I mean, it's a CFO's theme, so it just loops a lot. Finally, the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes. We're assuming, based on our predictions, it's got to be Bloodline rule.
Yes.
Ella, how do you overbook the hell out of this?
Who the hell told you tonight was open mic night, bitch? You bring Brandy Rhodes. You first of all, Mama Rhodes is definitely going to be at ringside. Something crazy is going to go down. Mama Rhodes is probably going to slap the shit out of The Rock. Brandy Rhodes coming in here, I feel like it has to happen. You are going to have so many. Honestly, I've never been really one for overbooked. However, at this point, it kind of needs to be overbooked. One, because it's a Roman Reigns match. Two, it makes sense because it's Bloodline rules. You're going to bring out every single member of the Bloodline. Rikishi's going to be there. Alpha, Sika, literally everybody. And then Cody's parade comes in. Brandy, heck, Pharaoh could pop in. Cena could pop in. Stone Cold could pop in. Honestly, I will say, as long as Cody wins, I really don't care how overbooked this match is. I really don't. It could be as overbooked as you want. Ref bump everywhere, it's a glass shattering, some random appearance. I don't care really at this point, as long as Cody Rhodes walks out with this WWE Universal Championship. For me, he is going to, but after last year, I will not be fooled again. I am not going in 100% on Cody because there is still that possibility, simply for the fact that they would want Roman to overtake Hogan in September, which I kind of want because F Hulk Hogan, but also I can't, me personally, I will go crazy another 6 months to a year of a Roman Reigns reign. I recognize there's that little chance, but I have Cody Rhodes winning because if he doesn't, I have to ask again. Can we swear in here? I already did, but I'm gonna ask anyway.
Yeah, go ahead.
If Cody Rhodes doesn't walk out with the undisputed WWE Universal Championship, what a fucking waste of 2 back-to-back Royal Rumble wins. What a waste of time. That's all I have to say.
The men's Royal Rumble winner hasn't done a damn thing since Drew.
Yeah.
That was 4 years ago.
And as the biggest Royal Rumble fan of all time, Greg absolutely hates that.
Yep. Matty.
I'm not going to go into full detail of how I'm going to overbook this, but Stone Cold, Rikishi, the Usos, Solo, Seth Rollins, a beat to hell Seth Rollins.
He can be limping out there in one
Yeah,
leg.
he's gonna be limping.
His
out
back's
there.
gonna be taped up. Yeah.
He is basically the fodder for The Rock during that whole overbook thing.
I forgot a big part of my thing. I also have Rock turning on Roman at some point. Anyways, go on.
I also have The Rock turning on him because I don't have Stone Cold and John Cena coming out to save the day like a lot of people have because of the random trailer in the background.
I have thoughts.
But if any of those people pop up, it's going to be Stone Cold. It's not going to be John Cena. But holy shit, yeah, it's going to be a ridiculously overbooked match. It's going to be one of the most... I said it's going to be 55 minutes from promo package till the final bell.
Yeah.
And I have Cody Rhodes finishing the story. Finally. But like Ella said, I am not too jaded anymore. You guys fucked me over once last year.
Mm-hmm.
Before I get to my prediction, I'm going to throw up these graphics. The Jeff Meacham Network is going to be doing several watch-alongs of events, including Bloodsport, which is incredible that Shayna Baszler is a part of that. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty awesome. The WWE people are getting involved in independent events. Meach's musings, of course, tomorrow. Jeff will be doing his WrestleMania predictions. Supercard of Honor on Friday. The Dads on Wrestling is going to be looking at the greatest women's championship matches. If it's not Sasha and Bianca, I'm going to smack them in the head. I'm sure there's argument there. Supercard of Honor, of course, at 7 o'clock. They're doing the predictions earlier. WWE Hall of Fame will be going on right after SmackDown, so they'll be doing a watch-along of that. NXT Stand and Deliver. Go check that out. Saturday, April 6th at noon. It's going to be an incredible wrestling weekend because WrestleMania, of course, night 1. The Slammies, which are back WrestleMania Sunday, early in the morning, 10 o'clock. And then night 2, of course, on Sunday night, beginning at 5 o'clock Eastern, which I don't know why they're starting at during the pre-show, but it'll help get you ready. And, of course, the Raw after Mania. Long Beach's music. So I have a couple different ways that I've thought about booking this match. One of them involves basically the Royal Rumble of people coming out to interfere in this match, including Seth, including Solo and Jay. The Rock, obviously, and Brandy and Mama Rose and Cena and Austin, Rikishi, all of them. So this ends one of two ways. But I'll tell you, both of them end with Cody becoming champion.
I like the sound of this already, Greg.
I see 2 different WrestleMania finish closes for night 2. Cody wins the championship, celebrates pyro, and confetti come down. He leaves the rings, walks up the ramp with Brandy, celebrating the championship. Roman's getting up. Rock looks at him, super disappointed, hits him with the rock bottom. Roman turns babyface. Alternate end. All that bullshit happens. Cody wins the championship. He's celebrating. Pyro goes off. Confetti comes down. Damian Priest cashes in money.
I will be
on
heartbroken.
Roman?
I will on Cody. I will be heartbroken if he cashes in on Cody.
I feel like that is such a dusty finish for WrestleMania.
At the same time, though,
he got the win, but he didn't get the belt in the end.
Yeah. Honestly, at this point, though, I'm pretty much okay with anything as long as it gets the title off of Roman at this point. Rock also has mentioned the long con, so that's why, like Greg said, I think there's a high potential for Rock to turn on Roman on night 2.
I feel like it's post-match, though. I don't think it's going to happen during.
Maybe it could happen during or after. There's stories for both of them there. I think there's a high chance of that happening at some point. Honestly, as long as somebody not named Roman Reigns walks out with this championship, I'm pretty much fine with it. That's just me.
I think that's
the only upside to Roman Reigns walking out of WrestleMania Night 2 with the belt is fuck Hulk Hogan.
Yes, that is.
Other than that, give the fucking belt to Cody.
Yeah,
here's
I
my
can't
thing.
go another year. I can't.
Here's my thing. I don't care if he passes Hogan because Hogan doesn't have the lead. San Martino has the lead. So you're just passing third place. Like, Hogan's not the longest of all time.
And then we've got an excuse to have Roman hold it for 10 years.
I can't. No. I will literally leave wrestling before that happens.
I've said this.
Break the fuck up. I am checking out.
I'm gonna start covering fucking PGA golf for fuck's sake.
If Monday morning rolls around and Roman Reigns is still champion, Wrestling Trivia Challenge is coming back because at 2,000 plus days, I'm holding on to my title longer than Roman will hold on to his, and I will make sure.
Can I have the first challenge?
We will see. Hopefully, it doesn't come to that. But yeah. Anyway. Those are our WrestleMania predictions. Ella, thank you very much for joining us as always. We always love having you here.
This was a lot of fun. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Where can people find you if they aren't aware?
You can, easiest way is where I'm most active, which is on Twitter. I don't call it that other thing. Follow me there at It's Ella J. If you go to the link in my bio, all my links to my projects, podcasts, and writing are all in one place.
I feel so special that the 2 podcasts you did this week were Alex's and ours. Like that's just.
I added doubling. I started the week with 2. It turned into 4 over the course of 3 days.
Damn.
It's very last minute.
Congrats, Ella. Yes. Getting that schedule in.
Exactly.
It's Mania week, you know. I'm not going, but I wanted to be a part of it, so I appreciate the invite a lot.
Of course, and we'll have you back, of course, at some point in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoy WrestleMania. We're gonna have a lot of fun this month. Greg Cherry Show next week. In a couple weeks' time, on Thursday, April 18th, we are doing Luck of the Draw again. Matty Laws, of course, will be there. And we'll have several contestants there ready to get their maple syrup on. So
wait, we're doing maple syrup this time?
Yes, you're returning to your shower, Maddie.
Oh, son of a bitch. I hope I win this time. Maple syrup's gonna suck.
I hope I win this time.
We will see.
That was the most southern way I've delivered that.
Good old Southern Colorado. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Go follow Ella on all the socials. Keep it here on the Greg Cherry brand, and we will see you next week. Don't be a jag, and we'll see you next time on the Greg Cherry Show.